I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 120. And today's going to be a little bit of the freedom talks, right? Because, we're literally ending October, moving right into November. And matter of fact, November will be a few hours from now. And, next thing you know, December will be here. And next thing you know, we'll be saying Happy New Year. So, you know, this is just the time of year. We'll talk about this more, but I thought we'd start the conversation today. But this is the time where it's time to really reflect on the year. These next 2 months. These are just some ideas that I think can help you not only close this year off strong, but really go into 2022 with some serious momentum. And you know I call momentum a series of small wins. So you get a win, you get a win, you get a win, and next thing you know, you look back and you got all these wins, and now you feel like the ball is in your court and you're moving effortlessly almost sometimes because of momentum being on your side. And so now is the time. If you don't have that going for you right now is a real good time to get that going. But it's also a time of reflection. It's also a good time to just really look at the calendar. Now, don't get me wrong, you're gonna be very detailed on this in December, like toward the end, really looking at your calendar. But it's a good time to start looking at it and seeing what adjustments you might be able to make before the year's out, right? In December you'll be making those adjustments for the new year, but this month going into November, why not why not look at some adjustments you can make now, right? Why not look at, okay, did I eat right this year? Did I exercise enough this year? Have I gained weight? Have I lost weight? How are my relationships going? How is my spiritual life? How are my finances? Do I have passive streams of income? Code Freedom always talks about passive income, passive income, passive income. Get money, buy income, right? That's what we talk about on this podcast. But how are you doing? If you had a teacher and you had to get a grade, would you get an A or would you get an F? Right? And again, this is not just one area of life. We're talking all areas of life because again, if you have your finances that are booming, but your relationships are horrible, then that is not our definition of freedom, right? That's not winning because you know you don't want to have the success but then be miserable in your home life, right? You want everything to, now don't get me wrong, everything's not always going to be perfect. You could have some illnesses or sicknesses going on, which I don't speak that on you, right? I speak health and wealth, right? Prosperity. But some things just happen. And so right now is just a good time to just reflect. Where are you? What adjustments can I make now that could really catapult you going into the new year? Those are some ideas and some things that I think would really be good to look at. And I'm not, I never just, I always do the same thing that I tell you all. I'm definitely looking at doing them myself. So I'm actually talking to myself in some ways because this is exactly what I plan on doing with my calendar, my planner, and just taking a little look at some of my notes and just looking at the years. Okay, this is what we projected in January. and this is where we are going into November. And what can we do to turn things up? Or actually, maybe we hit the goal, maybe we didn't hit the goal. How far away are we? All those different things that we set. Hopefully, you actually had goals in the beginning of the year. We don't call them we don't call them resolutions. We call them goals because we don't just set goals in the beginning of the year. We set goals monthly, we set goals weekly, daily. I mean, every single day is a grind. Every single day we're working on getting better, right? And so just want to share just that thought. And I hope that you guys get some value from that because I think it's important that we're always planning. I think they call it the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance, right? Proper planning prevents poor performance. So if you plan, if you don't plan, then you plan to fail, right? But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So the goal is, let's plan, let's do, let's review, let's see what we could do to turn things up. Let's heat things up a little bit. Let's spice it up, shake it up. Let's do more than we've done before. Let's triple our activity and increase our results, multiply our results. you know and listen, even if it's on a small scale, like even for me, um you know I think I shared this a few times, but I'll be turning 40 in a few months, right? In January, it'll actually be the anniversary of this podcast because I started it on my birthday. But so there's some things that I wanted to get done by that date. So I got a supercharge on a few things that I really need to just kind of look at some strategies and some ideas that can really put it over the top on some things. And so we all have a great work to do. We all have a purpose and there's a plan for our lives. And I do want to just encourage you. Hey, maybe you're way off on your goals. Listen, it's not the end of the world, right? Just keep pushing, keep trucking, keep going, because you're gonna get there and you're gonna get closer and closer and closer, and you're going to hit it and supersede it, right? But we have to at least have something that we're focused on, have something that we're working on, and things of that nature. Side note, by the way, I got a chance to go up to New York this past weekend, and it was a spur of the moment trip. I mean, literally, we decided to go on Friday, and we booked the flight on Friday, and we were there on Friday, and so just got back into town today. But it was great being up in New York with family. Got a chance to see my newest nephew. That was super cool. A chance to hold him and see my mom and my sister and my other nephew. Didn't get a chance to see all my family, and of course, got a chance to see a lot of my family on my wife's side as well. So just blessed, right? Just blessed and grateful to be in a position to do that. And I just wish that we all are in a position where we can just do what we want to do when we need to do it, and not have to really ask questions and not really have to consult different things of that nature. But we could just do it because we just feel led to do it. We want to do it. Maybe we even need to do it. um, I'll never forget um, the situations of people that I've talked to where something would happen with a family member, and the family needed to go, but it was a challenge to get there, just because of the finances. And so I just never want anybody to be in that position, and I've been in that position. And so that's my drive. That's my drive is I don't want any limitations, right? I want to live limitless, if that makes sense. And I think we all strive to have that type of lifestyle and be able to just help people on a greater level. So listen, guys, this is episode 120. And again, I mentioned it on the last episode, but I got some special guests coming up. Super excited about all the guests that we've had. I mean, I love to know get some feedback from you as well. We've had some great guests. We had a lot of episodes this year. It's our first year, and we really went with this thing. It was a vision. I was sharing this with my mom, and I'll share it with you all again. You know, you know what? I'm thankful for the listeners that listen to this podcast. But man, if it was nobody but just my kids who got a chance to listen to this, 10, 15 years from now, I would be happy to know that they got a chance to hear. um, a, a legacy. They had a chance to hear some ideas that were going on in my head, or some thoughts that I just wanted to get out there and put out there to the world, and just be a blessing, right? And so that's my wish for you, is that you continue your legacy, and that you will continue to move in a way where your great grandkids will be able to know who you are, not just because of what you left them, but because you left them a presence, right? You left them an opportunity to carry on something that you started and that you built. So anyway, I appreciate you all for tuning in. God bless you all, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook, or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.